Welcome to Common Sense Rhode Island. This is a program where we try to make sense out of the policies that affect your life and come up with common sense solutions. I'm Representative Patricia Morgan, and I have with me today, or we have with us today, Aimee Gardiner, who is the Director of Rhode Islanders Against Mandated HPV Vaccination.
Yes.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's a mouthful.
So what is your mission statement for this group? What are you trying to accomplish?
We're working to take away the mandate so that it is for the vaccine, so it is not associated to the school education. That we feel the vaccine being offered is one thing, and attaching it to school is a whole other thing.
All right, for our viewers who don't understand what you're talking about, what do you mean it's attached to school?
It's mandated for attendance to school with the vaccination schedule, along with other vaccines for the younger years. Now, for 7th grade, you're required to get the first dose of the 3-part series for the HPV vaccine, which is also known as Gardasil.
Okay, so everybody I know is aware when we have our babies, we make sure that they get a polio vaccine and diphtheria, hepatitis? No.
Hep B is, yep.
Hep B. What else do we give them? Smallpox, I guess. I don't know.
No,
It's been such a long time since I've had a baby, so.
No, there's no more smallpox, but there's now a rotavirus, the MMR, your chickenpox.
So there is a series already when you have a child that you make sure that they have these vaccines, right?
And the majority of which
Measles,
are before
mumps,
you're
and
even
rubella,
in
I
first
guess it
grade.
is, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's the
okay.
MMR.
So those are mandated. But now we're adding another mandated vaccine when children are 12?
11 to 12, 7th
11
grade.
to 12, 7th grade. And they can't go to school if they don't have it? Is that it?
Well, they're not supposed to be able to go to school because it's mandated just like every other, excuse me. But thank goodness for this group speaking up and making as much noise as we did last summer. The Department of Health did go on record stating that no child will be forced to stay home or lose any educational days for not getting the vaccine and or not filling out the religious exemption form. The school nurses have just been instructed to encourage the parents to send in either the religious instruction in form or to get the actual vaccination.
All right, so you can always opt out if you have a religious objection.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no other really formal opt-out except just not to do it. Is that what you're telling me?
Right, and the Department of Health did go on file saying you won't be
Excluded from school.
excluded, even though it's still.
Well, but is it contagious, this HPV? Is
It's
it
contagious with intimate sexual contact.
So we don't think many 11 and 12-year-olds are going to spread this?
No, they're not going to spread it, but they're really not going to spread it in the classroom. Even
I would hope not. I would hope not. All right, so it's only contagious through sexual contact. So it's not where somebody's coughing or they
Exactly.
can
Yeah, you can't just touch
touch
somebody and spread
share
it.
a sandwich.
You're not going to get it in your average school day. Just interacting and hugging your friends or anything, it's not going to spread.
It's not going to spread that way. So why does the health department think that children should get this HPV vaccination?
Well, it's being marketed to prevent a couple of different cancers and primarily cervical cancer.
Okay.
And when we questioned the Rhode Island Department of Health in regards to the mandate, they felt that mandating the vaccine was the way to increase the vaccination rate. So basically they did it because they just wanted to see the numbers get higher, that more people were getting it, and totally disregarded the parental rights and civil rights that there comes a point where this has nothing to do with school. So it's one thing to have a educational program out there or some kind of a informational session to inform the public and let them know, but to mandate it for school is way
Okay, so let me just ask, so HPV virus, if you get it, it makes you sick. Makes you sick?
No. Most HPV, human papillomavirus strains, are asymptomatic.
Human papilloma virus strain. Okay.
Most of which are asymptomatic. You don't have any idea that you even have it.
Okay. And it doesn't lead to something worse? In some cases, it does lead to cancer, cervical cancer, you said.
Yes, there's a couple of different cancers that it is associated to. There's also colon cancer, and a genital warts is another thing that
Okay.
could. But it's there is over 150 strains, and the Gardasil vaccine covers 4, and then there's a predecessor Gardasil 9, which covers 9. So there's 2 different HPV vaccines, but
And it covers 13 of the how many strains?
no 9. And
9 of the B and 4 of the, 13, 9, it doesn't matter. So it does it cover all of the strains or just a few of them?
no, it's just there's actually approximately 15 to 20 strains that are associated to cancer, and the vaccine covers 9. And then
Okay.
in total of all different kinds of strains, there's over 150.
Okay, and it doesn't cover all of those?
Not by
So it
far.
only actually prevents a certain number of them. Of the people who become infected with the human papillomavirus, how many of them develop cancer?
90% of all people that get it clear, their body naturally clears within 2 years.
Okay, their body fights it by itself, okay?
Yep, so there's only 10% of all of the cases where it could develop to something more, and it's extremely slow growing, slow process. So if you're getting pap smears, you're getting your regular checkups, and you're taking regular doctor visits, you're probably not going to have anything develop. I mean, there's always that smaller
So
percentage.
there are treatments for it?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And so, yeah, so if you're getting pap smears, it can be noticed. If you're getting, if it developed into something more, it'll be noticed during that particular procedure. And then there can be treatments, or sometimes it just gets watched because sometimes they notice something, but it's not far enough for them to say, okay, we'll do more. Come back in 6 months, let's see if it cleared itself or you need more.
Okay, but there are people who it does really develop into cervical cancer, uterine cancer, ovarian cancer, all of those?
I don't believe ovarian cancer is
Okay.
included, no, but there's a colon cancer that men can develop
Okay.
from an HPV also.
Okay, and do you have any idea what percentage of the people?
I don't know the
What-
percent, but I know approximately 23,000 cases in the United States each year are diagnosed with cervical cancer, and approximately 4,000 deaths each year.
Okay, so 4,000 across the United States. And is that from the virus or it's just from any cause? We don't know if it's from the virus.
Right, it's from altogether, that's what it is.
Okay, well, so we have some idea now, and we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the vaccine and some of its issues.